week I've been trying to get my finals completely done as far as the formulas go. And then after this week, my goal is to get all the paperwork filled out, which I will go into next week. But I need the shampoo bar to be perfect, and I need the conditioner bar to be perfect. And as of right now, I have made 4 different versions of the shampoo bar, and I think I have it perfect, at least very close to. I have to keep in mind that I'm not planning on selling these products. However, I will distribute these to a couple people, and obviously I want to get a really good grade. But as far as like the ultimate formula for my shampoo bar, if I were to ever launch one, you know, I would do more trials and testing and take a longer time trying them on, etc. The conditioner bar, however, I had major trouble with. I thought I had that thing in the bag. Remember when I told you that I needed to order something from Australia because I couldn't find those 2 ingredients anywhere? Well, I am very happy that I found those 2 ingredients because I could not have done this. I could not make a conditioner bar without them. There is a minor flaw in the theory pages at the school, which I plan on letting them know about so they can fix it. But the one conditioner bar formula that they had given us as an example was using a different cationic surfactant. And that one, at least in that recipe, doesn't work. I used it as my model because I figured that it would work, and I made 2 or 3 conditioners, including that one. That was the school example, before I got a chance to try them in my hair. And they were starting to look really good too. But turns out when I went in the shower, I shampooed my hair and I'm like loving my shampoo bar. And I grabbed the conditioner bar and, you know, having really high hopes, and I'm just like ready to nitpick like what's going on. How can I put this? Take a candle from your living room and take that to the shower. It doesn't matter how much water you put on that. It doesn't matter how much you rub it against your hands. Nothing's coming out of that thing. That's what I had been making. I made 3 sets of candles. Candles. Like unusable, complete garbage. One of my early trials of my own final creation, it was the first one or the second one. It wasn't just a candle, it actually started to crumble into tiny little pieces. So I then decided that, okay, I'm done with this cationic surfactant that I was supposed to be using instead of these ones that were hard to find. And I kind of swapped my ingredients to these 2 other things, and very nervously got in the shower. Actually didn't even let that bar fully set. I took it to the shower that evening and tried it, and thank God it was releasing some product. So it was not a complete fail, and I could tell that, okay, these ingredients are gonna work, but something's obviously horribly wrong still, because it's just not coming off. Like, you want a ton of water off the water stream and just like really trying to rub it against my hands. No, you know, very little. And you know, there's something I've learned so far, is that the conditioner bars definitely are in no way comparable to a pumpable conditioner. So I'm not even looking for that anymore, but I have one more try at this now. I since that first success I had, I made one other to see if I'm onto something as far as figuring out how to have it release more product onto my hands. And I did. I succeeded, and I got a step further. And I'm happy with it. Like it actually worked. My hair feels good the next day, but I have to redo it one more time with a similar tweak, just a little bit more. So what I'm actually, technically speaking, if somebody knows about this, I'm taking some of the oils away and I'm replacing it with Lex Feel Natural, hoping that I can get it to be slightly more, to release slightly more product while at the same time not being too oily for my hair. This one is, at first, my last attempt, I thought that even though it was much better, at first I thought it might have been too oily for my hair. It ended up that my hair completely absorbed the oils, whatever I felt by the time my hair was completely dry. But I am not in love with the feel of the actual product in the shower. So I want it to be less work to get enough product out of it. Because I had to rub it like this. And then I ended up actually swiping it across my hair as well. So I'd like to not have to do this and just kind of get enough by doing this, because this is how I use the shampoo bar. So that's the goal, and I'm going to give it one more shot, and if I nail that, then I think I'm done. I also wanted to talk to you guys about the fact of how I plan on becoming a YouTuber before I launch any products. And because I know that there's a lot of people out there who are skeptical about that plan, I wanted to kind of explain where I'm coming from in thinking that it is a good plan. So I notice now that my daughter's super into my YouTube channel, not that she's watching it. So she knows about it. She kind of knows what it looks like. So she's out there, like, we go places. We went to a pediatrician, and she told the pediatrician just randomly that mommy's on YouTube. And it literally makes me kind of pink in the face. Like, I don't want everybody to know, especially in my real life. I feel hesitant in sharing that, because I know that whoever I meet in real life, even if they became my subscribers, 5 people a month that, might subscribe because I brought it up in person, that's not going to grow my account. So I'm not even worried about people in my physical presence knowing of what I'm doing. But, it also has made me think, like, why am I so embarrassed to even mention it? Maybe I should talk about it with pride. But it's hilarious. I let her announce it if she wants to, but it's just the pediatrician thought I was like a legit influencer. She's like, "Ooh, influencer." I'm like, no, not at all. 20 subscribers. It is unusual to kind of approach a business, I guess, thinking YouTube first. But here's what I'm thinking. I think having had my previous business experience, or the experiment, I should say, with the kit business that I mentioned in the last video, I'm scared of failing like that again. I'm scared of investing all kinds of upfront money and prepping products and then not being able to sell them. And so I don't want to find myself in that same pickle again. And the only way that I really see that I won't end up in that same pickle again is that I need to build myself an audience before I launch anything again. And so YouTube just happens to be the easiest way to gain an audience like that. And that is why that is my plan of action. And last week I was talking to you guys about the digital products, and I didn't mean it as if like that's the end goal, like that's all I'll be doing, but that is the near future goal. Like I want to become an online creator, and then those digital products are just kind of like the first step into selling something. And then once I gain enough traction with this, then becomes the time that I will want to develop an actual brand. And whether that has this channel name or not is, we'll see. And I actually think that it's probably going to happen sooner than I think, this traction that I'm looking for. Even if YouTube doesn't quite get as lucrative for me as I'm hoping, at a certain point, once you get enough of an audience of a certain demographic, brands start to notice you, and they start coming to you asking for you to collaborate with them because you have the attention of their audience. So depending on, I think it's more so how successful I am in reaching my target market, and also what that ends up being, because I have a certain vision, and as a creator, I'm going this way, but as I work, my talents and my skills come to play. So, maybe it doesn't quite end up being that, but it ends up being this, and then I'll kind of, I'll know because I might get contacted, and then also it will just kind of shape itself. But I think that it's actually going to take way less time than I think. So I'm excited, but I have a legit action plan: YouTube, digital sales, email marketing, and then finally products. And what I'm actually very excited about is that YouTube is offering me almost like this little window of time where now, after I become certified, hopefully really soon in the future, I will be able to use all of my leftover ingredients and stuff, some things I haven't even opened yet because I ordered everything that they had in their practice materials, and some of them, I used something else, and just I have things that are just sitting there waiting to be used, and I don't want to waste any of them. And for YouTube, since I'm not selling things, I will be able to use every last drop of everything. And I want to use the ingredients and this channel as a way to grow my skill set. And, what better way to also kind of put myself out there as a formulator in this new career path of mine. And then hopefully it all just kind of blends together, where my efforts as a vlogger and my efforts as a formulator and then my efforts in building an audience all come together at some point, and it's just the perfect soup to add a little new brand into, and there shall be sales.
It's perhaps hard to understand why thinking out of the box and following what might seem like an uncertain road comes so easy for me. I've wondered the same thing myself at times. But I've actually credited this mindset to the leap I took when I moved abroad. Our lives are often set in predictable trajectories, and that, generally speaking, becomes the lighthouse for our lives. But things like moving across the world can throw that compass wildly off course. And as you sail at that sea with no direction, you start to eventually figure out a new way. The immigrant's road is nothing short of remarkable. Even if your ship ends up a wreck, as long as you live to tell about it, you'll have reached your goal destination. which in hindsight was just to gain an experience.